Hey everybody, welcome to Bearded Baker Banter, the sports podcast, where we always talk about sports. Welcome Trent, welcome Trey. Whoa.
Turkey Day episode, boys.
Glad you covered your mouth when you did that, because you know that was being screenshotted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. I am thankful for you.
You beat. Oh man, Trent. We thought the same thing. You know what else? I'm thankful for the listeners. I'm thankful for sports. I'm just thankful in general. It's a good holiday season.
Hey, I'm thankful for you guys as well. Appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Hey, let's have a great episode here to celebrate the holiday weekend. We might have some, I don't know, maybe some hungover listeners listening on the way to their Thanksgiving after a great Thanksgiving Eve. Who knows? A lot of college basketball to watch Wednesday night. A lot of football to watch today, obviously. And also, there's a lot of games going on, period. So we got an exciting weekend coming up here. So glad we were able to do this special edition episode. So.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, Ty, is that your varsity jacket hanging in the background? Did you just get done at Funk's or Duke's or something?
No, not
me. Were you that guy tonight saying back when I was class 06, you know?
Nope. Ever since I'm a game of dad, I really can't afford to do that stuff anymore.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm sorry. I just thought that was your varsity jacket hanging in the background. No, but so I'd like to start off, guys, with a little bit of kind of a tradition that the Bearded Baker brothers like to do around the holiday time, and that is a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of polling, but a little bit of this or that. Sound good? So our listeners, as you guys are making your trips to your Thanksgiving destinations, maybe this will spark some conversation at the dinner table. And don't worry, it's politics free. Okay, politics free. So we'll keep it safe here. So guys, I'd like to start off with a couple Thanksgiving, I guess, discussion topics. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and we'll jump into sports, guys. Don't worry, we'll jump into sports. And of course, I'm gonna end this session with a little over under for you guys. Okay?
All
right. So to start off the ongoing debate, all right, for this or that on Thanksgiving, are you a turkey or sides person? Go.
Trey, go ahead.
Wow.
You can't answer Pop-Tarts, Trey.
What about microwave nachos?
No, not microwave nachos either. No.
All right.
Or fruit roll-ups.
I'm gonna go sides here.
Sides. All right. So Trey, you gotta rattle off your specific sides, though.
Okay, mashed potatoes and stuffing. I could just live off of that.
What's your first? What's the top side though?
Stuffing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Right. Trey, you're kind of getting me into my next topic, but Tyler, go ahead.
All right, I'm actually more of a sides guy too. Had an interesting discussion too today about kind of what goes on what, and this might be kind of unpopular, but I am also not a gravy person.
Oh, just talk about sides.
I know,
and that's it.
Well, and the reason I say that is that I'm a big fan of sides, and I'm also stuffing for sure.
Okay.
I'm also not a person that calls it dressing, but definitely stuffing.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I'm with you guys here. So this is a clean sweep. This is a 3-0, just like our daily recipe today, right, boys? Right?
Yes, sir.
Boom. All right. Yes, so shout out, yeah. But I'm also a sides guy. But I gotta say something here is, I do have to, and you can make fun of me however you want, but I need that turkey. I need that meat with it. You know what I mean?
You would need meat.
So
of course,
that's what I kind of figured. I kind of figured you guys would, get at me a little bit for that comment.
I think Trent said he loves stuffing meat.
Definitely. Okay. Jeez. Definitely sides guys all around.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So sides guys all around. So let me put this. I guess we can kind of put this one to rest pretty quick. This is a debate my wife and I actually have. We had this conversation. So you said dressing, but I have this down as: do you call it filling or do you call it stuffing?
Or dressing. I mean, you have to add dressing.
Yeah, I guess we do. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. I think dressing, like stuffing, calling it. Wait, I don't know what I call it now.
Yeah. Well, Trey, can I just tell you? Before I just brought this to your attention, you referred to it as stuffing.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was what my gut wanted to say, but I think calling stuffing dressing is the dumbest thing ever.
Okay. What about filling?
So,
if it's in the turkey, you can call it filling.
Why is it? But don't you stuff a turkey?
We don't stuff our turkey.
No, but you fill a turkey too with stuffing.
Man. This see what I mean? No, this is a hell of a...
So I think I'm more of a stuffing person. I think I'm a stuffing person when it comes to like the bread stuffing.
Oh, Tyler, stop where you're at right now.
You keep stopping me. I just want to get on my conversations. Like I just want to talk about.
Damn you! You just keep getting. You keep getting. So I'm just gonna stop it. We're all in stuffing, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Stuffing.
All right. So we're 3-0. Now this has to do with family. We all grew up together. We eat every single Thanksgiving meal together, right? But now let me ask you: are you a bread stuffing or potato stuffing guy? Go for it.
Bread for sure.
Bread?
Yeah.
Bread? Okay.
Bread hands down.
Me personally though, I love that potato stuffing. And you know what's weird is I'm pretty sure that comes from Mom's mom, Nana.
Yeah.
So she always made the bread stuffing for other people, but always had the potato stuffing because that was her favorite.
Wait, so hold on. So you're saying you're a potato stuffing guy?
I'm stuff me with everything. Okay, damn.
Wow.
Can't wait for that clip.
Bread.
No, we're clipping that one, dude.
That at all.
Dude, we're clipping that. 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Trent said, stuff me with everything.
Bread or potato.
It's awesome. I love it.
Okay. So you guys are bread. I'm not gonna lie, like I love bread stuffing, but I'm such a mashed potatoes guy. And when you can combine potatoes and stuffing together, count me in.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going to go with that.
That's a good point. I do like doing that too.
Yeah. So all right.
I will say this: I also made a cornbread stuffing a couple years ago.
Yeah, you made it the past couple.
Delicious. So
you made it the past couple. Yeah.
Trent, I think the one question you were going to ask, Tyler hinted at it.
Yeah. So here's my next one. Ready?
Yeah.
Next one. This or that. Cranberry sauce or gravy?
Okay.
That's gravy.
Well, absolutely gravy, yeah.
Okay.
Cranberry sauce, man. I have trouble with the whole sweet aspect of things. I don't know. Maybe I'm more of just like all savory.
Are cranberries sweet though, Ty?
Tart.
Are they tart?
Okay, but if you compare it to other foods that you're eating with Thanksgiving, it's totally sweet.
I would say sweet potatoes are sweet, but cranberries are tart.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Like what the heck? Like it's a fruit. A cranberry. Like fruits are sweet. Like regardless of whatever your fruit is.
Well, I just want to revisit something Tyler said a little bit at the beginning of this segment, and that's that you don't like putting gravy on your plate.
No.
Yeah,
no. So hold on. Let me clarify. I didn't say I don't like putting gravy on my plate, but I don't like to put it on my sides. But I do like to put it on my turkey.
He just likes dry sides.
But I like to moisten my turkey.
I drizzle that gravy all over my plate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I moisten my turkey. Trey drizzles the gravy. Dude, it's a great Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
No, and I'll be honest though, and this is kind of an aside, is would you prefer to put gravy or just butter on your mashed potatoes?
Both.
Ooh.
You're a both guy. Oh, I never heard of anybody like that.
Yeah, now that I think, I don't know if I do both. If anything in Thanksgiving, I'm a gravy on potatoes. Every other time, butter.
Just on Thanksgiving, though, you're gravy.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I actually, I'll probably add a little drizzle of gravy, maybe. You know what I'm okay with, guys? And this is maybe being super descriptive, but this is also showing like the fat guy that I am, is I love when like a little bit of that gravy from somewhere else creeps into your mashed potatoes, just along the like the bottom part of your pile. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't need to put it on my potatoes. I'll put the butter on the potatoes. Okay. But a little gravy's gonna leak in there. Okay, I'm cool with that.
I'm also not opposed to like mixing sides too. Like I don't mind putting corn on my mashed potatoes.
No, big no. Don't do that.
I like them to touch, but I don't want to mix them.
Yeah. What? Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's not get crazy.
Once you start mixing, like once they start touching, you're mixing, dude.
Disagree.
Then you get into some subtle mixins.
Once again.
How you like some mixins?
It's a subtle mix, where you like maybe scoop into one another, but you don't have to pile it all on top of each other. Right. That's how I am. But all right, ready? Now this is one that I think we'll all struggle with because I don't think this is a very family tradition of ours. But I know they're similar. But if you had to pick right now, even without ever having one of these, what would you pick? Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie?
Ooh.
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I'd probably go pumpkin pie too. I have trouble with the word sweet potato in a pie atmosphere.
I'm just gonna put this out there. In adulthood, I have been introduced to beans, and I've been introduced to sweet potatoes. Because as a child, I would not eat either. Matter of fact, you guys used to make fun of me because I would, when Mom made chili, I would have the SpaghettiOs in place of chili, right? Yep. But now that I've grown up, I've lost my hair, grown a beard. I am all aboard those things, and I'm going to actually have to venture off into trying or exploring this whole sweet potato pie idea.
You're going to try it, or have you tried it?
I've had a bite, and one thing that I would say is I think I could master it myself. I really do. I think I could do it. I'll play around with it.
So but you're blindly picking sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
and you're calling yourself a master potato.
Yeah. Spud master.
Potato. Well, guys, I'm very appealing, so you guys can eat it. But all right, last one, so we can get into the world of sports. But ready? Well, I guess we could talk about two things here. Let's go before I go to this last one. Let's go with if you were only allowed to eat one thing at Thanksgiving, what is it absolutely going to be? One thing and one thing only.
That's easy. Stuffing.
Yeah, I'm on board. Trey, same thing.
Stuffing.
Yeah. Wow. Stuffing's my go-to, man.
What would you say, Trent?
I feel like stuffing's also very precise to when you have it. Like, you don't have it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have mashed potatoes, you can have corn, you can have turkey, you can have... But, like, stuffing's like, man, you have it, like, just for Thanksgiving.
Why is that?
I don't know. That's a great question.
It's a terrible thing that we have to fix.
Yeah.
Because,
let's be careful with that. Let's be careful fixing that because I think Stovetop tried to fix that, and now you can have stuffing, but it's, like, instant. It's not the same.
Just don't make Stovetop like this.
I'm just saying, I tried to fix that.
I think having stuffing a lot is a better idea.
All right, guys, I'm going to cheat the system. I'm going to have potato stuffing.
Wow.
I'm cheating the system. All right, ready? Last one. If you have to put a line, ready on this, on your total number of plates tomorrow, not including going up for dessert or having dessert. So just strictly
dinner plates.
Food. Yep, just dinner plates. Just dinner plates. Some big dinner plates. What?
Sorry.
What is your over/under on total plates? That would be a line that a sports book would set. Go.
Probably be 1.5.
I'd say 1.5 is a safe line.
Oh, that's too easy.
But
I'll just say right now. So
I'm going for 3. You talking about all day or
3 straight up? 3 straight up.
I'm saying I'm hitting 3. I could potentially hit 4.
Yeah, Yeah, my line was going to be 2.5. Like
that's
to
what
make
the sportsbook would say?
Yeah, like my line would be 2.5 minus 110 over minus 110 under.
Ooh.
Because 3 is ambitious. I mean, you're going, we each go to our wives' places and fiancés' places first, and then we go to our family's places second. So there's no doubt that like you're guaranteed 2.
Yeah.
But it's like, are you going to stretch yourself early on and be like, you know what, I'm gonna have a little bit more of this early at lunch?
You also got to figure out what like. Are you talking like full plate though too? Like.
Oh, I'm talking if you put food on your plate again to refill it.
Yeah.
That is counting towards a plate.
Okay.
So I'm going 2.5 for myself, minus 110 over under.
You're going over 2.5?
I'd take it's over.
I'm saying that's my. Oh, of course you would think.
Yeah,
so.
I'm taking that too.
Over
Trent,
under.
beer bet. Trent's over.
Wait. Yeah, I'm going to take the over. You guys owe me.
No, we already took the over. You can't take.
Okay.
If you're joining, you get to owe us a beer then.
Damn. No, I'm not joining. But yeah, I'm 2.5. So Tyler is 3 straight up. You're like one of those unique lines up a half a point.
No. I said my line's 2.5. I'm personally eating 3.
Okay.
So I'm going my own
3.
over easily.
And
I'm probably closer to 4.
Oh man, we're gonna track this. We're gonna have to track this.
I would say honestly, I would probably go like 3.5 is like safe for me. Like I'll totally hit like 3.5. Yeah. I'll probably do a plate and then half a plate and then like 2 plates later or something, or vice versa.
Yeah. And is this also going to include some dessert at some point?
Well, I mean, does a bear shit in the woods?
Yes, they do.
There you go, man. Put that dessert
All right.
on the tab too.
Let's do it. Well, hey,
dude, I'm a sweatpants kind of guy.
That is all I got, guys. I thought those were some fun little talking points. Once again, if you're trying to discuss it with your family and friends, turkey or sides? Do you call it filling, stuffing, or dressing? Bread stuffing or potato stuffing? Cranberry sauce or gravy? Pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie? And then what would your personal over-under line be on total plates?
I'd also real quick like to throw in this question too to see if anybody out there actually does this. Does anybody eat salads on Thanksgiving?
Hell no. Who the hell would do such a thing?
I'm telling you, I want to ask that question. I want to see if
salads are designed to fill your ass up, man.
It's a question, dude. I'm just asking, do people eat salads on Thanksgiving? Or is it like straight carbs all the time?
Well, I mean,
carbs, protein, crush it.
Depending where you're from.
Starch.
I mean, some families eat pasta.
But do they eat salads too?
I don't know. Well, let me. I mean, here's where if we really want to drag this on is like, is there ham at your Thanksgiving dinner? Like that, some people do have
Christmas
that.
Time. Nope.
Gotta have turkey.
Question also is, how many dinner rolls do you eat?
That's Tyler. That's a great. I was just gonna say, most underrated thing is the dinner roll, the sweet Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah. And are you a butter or margarine person?
Oh gosh, yeah, we used to. Damn.
Yeah, we
I'll
already
tell you
have
what.
days.
Do dinner rolls even count as like calories on Thanksgiving Day? Like, I feel like I literally inhale like 3 before I even sit down to eat.
They're like the rings for Sonic. Like they just prevent you from dying. Like you just eat as many as you want.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if like somebody punches you in the stomach, you lose them.
There you go.
And then you got to get
I'll tell you one thing you guys haven't mentioned yet that I think is the most underrated part of Thanksgiving, and that is the leftover sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Get some turkey, some mashed potatoes, some stuffing. Put that on a panini press. Maybe some corn in there. Dip that in gravy and cranberry sauce. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Not cranberry sauce. That's unacceptable. But yeah, I like everything else that you said there with some Middlesworth barbecue chips. Shout out to Middlesworth Barbecue.
Ooh, hey. We're not sponsored yet by anybody. We like to give shout outs, so let's give a shout out to Middlesworth Barbecue Chips.
Yeah,
Shout out.
Bring back the cardboard barrel.
Yes. Ooh, agreed.
Ooh,
let's put it out there.
Call.
Let's tweet this episode with a picture of the cardboard barrel.
You got a cardboard barrel that we can tweet it, or we just want me to find it?
I will find it. Don't you worry. They're out there.
All right.
All right.
Let's
go sports, right?
Let's get into the sports here.
All right. So I'm going to start us off again with this. Is that okay, guys?
Look at this guy.
I just you know what? We started Thanksgiving break on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, I am childless at this point. I have a dog, and you know what? All I got to do is sit around and watch sports and think about sports. It engulfs my mind. So, thing that stuck out to me this week was Tom Brady and mediocre football.
Dude, I had the video saved.
So, I'm gonna one. I'm a little bit different on this situation. One, to recap, is Tom Brady says that there is mediocre football being played. He feels like coaching is down and player development is down. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna go two ways here. Where I do agree with him because I believe there's too many suspensions. I believe the NFL is truly this year representing NFL, the no fun league, with how many player fines there are for lowering their shoulder on runs, for making tackles on quarterbacks in the open field. And then also I'm going to talk about we hit this so many times on this show is penalties and referees having too much control. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to agree with Tom Brady. I mean, we've all been saying it all year about it's just not good football, right? So that's what's kind of interesting is it now takes the greatest quarterback of all time to mention it for it to start catching headlines. Obviously, nobody's been at ESPN has been listening to us, guys. We've been talking about it for weeks, right?
It obviously proves that Tom Brady is.
Tom's listening, yeah.
Tom Brady obviously listens to the Bearded Baker Banter podcast. So.
Yeah,
thanks, Tom.
Appreciate you. I'll reach out to him. He's got a little bit of ownership in the Raiders. I'll reach out to him, guys.
That guy's might be able to get to him too.
Yeah, but now here's my thing: is he made some statements about Ray Lewis not being able to play in the modern day NFL, Rodney Harrison, Ed Reed not being able to play in the NFL, Ronnie Lott too. But now here's where I might make a couple people mad. Is I somewhat think that the Tom Bradys and the Peyton Mannings are also to blame because I think the rule changes for those guys made the NFL a passing league, which now allows for more of these violent hits to take place to where defensive guys, I mean, you know, I'm an offensive guy as a coach, as a player, as all across the board, but defensive players are at a complete disadvantage. You are trying to control yourself who's moving in a split-second decision, a moving target that is built in to try to avoid and save themselves. Yeah. Okay? And I think the rules that were made to protect the passers turned the NFL into a more of a passing league, hence with the running back situation this offseason. And therefore, I think that led to the more mediocre football taking place. Okay? Now, one area where I will back Tom Brady up on was the idea of also kind of like teaching these players how to avoid those situations too. So I blame the rules that were put in place to protect the passing quarterbacks. But I also understand where Tom's coming from, where I think there is some aspect of it where there's so many rules that guys are much more willing to take that big hit or even make the big hit look even worse than it is just to draw the flag. So I'm going to stop talking. I talked a lot. You guys, tell me what you think on this.
So, do you want to go first, Tyler?
You can go ahead, Tyler.
So I honestly think that I think Tom Brady's analysis of football being mediocre, I mean, you're right, Trent. I mean, he is one of the guys to blame because there was a lot of rules put into place. Not necessarily always by his fault, but by the fact of things that happened to him and the league wanting him to be a star. So I don't necessarily want to say that I blame Tom Brady for that. I almost blame that the league of trying to make them a star, and they try to make certain guys stars. You know how it is. I mean, there's certain guys on teams where it's like, hey, you're an NFL star or you're not. You're just there. You're signed to middle-aged contract kind of thing. But I honestly think that his outlook of mediocre football, and when he talked about the coaches not being as good and not helping develop the players, I really think it's to a point now where it's tough. It's like, what do you develop? And I think a lot of it, goes back to the fact of how many rules there are. I mean, we had talked in our text message the other night, I think it was Monday night, of how many penalties can you call on a defense to give the offense a first down to continue a drive. We said there could be illegal contact, it could be hands to the face, it could be holding, and it could be pass interference. And I would say that, I'm not, going into actual statistics, but I would say that 7 out of the 10 times when you get a third down and at least 5 or more, and a quarterback's going to throw to somebody, that penalty is going to be called. 7 out of 10 times. Again, that's just my own random analysis of things, and it probably exaggerated, but it's frustrating because, and Trey, I think you pointed out too, it's like, hey, you also get into the point where you have these big plays, 60-yard runs and 70-yard runs and 45-yard runs, not always for touchdowns, but and then all of a sudden, a random flag just kind of is thrown in there, and it's like, oh, holding. Yeah, and it's like, well, hold on a second. That was the same exact kind of block that was done 2 plays ago, and when they got 2 yards.
Exactly.
It's you can call that shit any single time. You can call those defensive calls any single time. You can call those offensive holding calls any single time of a game. But the fact of the matter goes back to the fact that these referees call them very, 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 I know, it was a lot of facts, very critical points. Yeah. Very critical points in the game, which pisses me off, and I think it goes back to Brady's comments of it's mediocre football. Why? Because there's no flow to any freaking game anymore. There's no flow. Everything now is based on drive, or play, big penalty. Play, penalty. And what you're seeing now is there's no flow to the game, so it takes away any development. It takes away because the coaches don't know what the hell to teach. Do you hit low? No. Oh, guess what? Because now what you're getting into is, well, guess what? We're going to try to ban the hip drop tackle, right? Which, in my opinion, if they go and ban that tackle before you ban the tush push bullshit, I will be so pissed.
Oh, come on!
I will be pissed. No, if you ban that tackle before you ban the tush push, I think it's bullshit. There's no way in hell.
I'm currently crossing off on my talking points about the NFL banning the hip drop tackle. And Trent, I think that goes back to what you said, is they're making the game so much harder on the defense.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're protecting the offensive players because, sadly, I mean, it's just how it is. They're the stars. They're the ones that get ads. They're the ones that jerseys sell more. They're the ones that people want to see play, is these offensive stars like Tyreek Hill, quarterbacks, running backs, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Those are people that sell tickets when it comes to the NFL, and they are just making it impossible for defensive players. I will say, though, the hip drop tackle has ruined a lot of seasons for a lot of big players.
So what do you want them to do, though?
Okay,
you have a 180-pound defensive back and a 280-pound tight end. What do you want them to do?
Here's my thing is, obviously not intentionally, but I think that a hip drop tackle should be more detrimental and fined and flagged than someone that accidentally hits a guy in the head in a bang-bang play. Because I'm sorry, a concussion, yes, multiple concussions is bad, but one time getting your bell rung and coming back maybe a week or two later is a lot better than snapping every ligament in your ankle and in your knee and being out for a year and a half.
This is exactly what they wanted, though. You want to eliminate something, and you're going to create something else. So you want to eliminate the concussion, and now you're going to create all these broken bones, torn ligaments, banged up knees. Pick your poison, because you can't have it all. Because if you want to continue this way, then just make it flag football, because it's bullshit now. What's happening is bullshit.
The real point when it comes to the Tom Brady thing and mediocre football, I agree with Tom Brady. But I don't agree with his reasoning. For me, I mean, I didn't listen to his whole video. I just kind of got the gist of it and stuff. Did he mention refereeing at all in that? Like,
no.
And to me, it's not player development and it's not poor coaching. It's the reffing that is just destroying, like Tyler said, the flows of games. It is. I remember just a couple years ago when I was younger, like watching an NFL game.
You were younger a couple years ago?
Yeah, exactly. Crazy, I know. But I remember watching an NFL game and kind of knowing right away, like, which team was going to have the advantage because they're running the ball, they're having longer drives, they're not getting 3 and outs. But nowadays, a team can go down by 14 points and they're getting drives extended. They're getting on defense, they're getting drives killed by flags.
Depending on who it is, though, too.
Exactly. And I don't know. It's you watch an NFL game and really it's almost like turning in the NBA where all you have to watch is the last quarter.
Yes. And that's frustrating.
And it sucks because a part of an NFL game is watching the whole thing, like plays that actually matter, that are pivotal in the game.
Yep.
We have a crazy interception. They run it back to the other zone in the red zone, and illegal hands to the face on a play that had no influence on it. And it's hard to watch. It really is. Like, you almost watch it like cringy when I see a big play because I'm like, oh, where's the flag? When's it coming out?
Yeah.
Or if it's a third down and it's not converted, oh, here's the flag. Great. Like,
Trey, it is the first thing after, like what you're saying right now. On a third down, when a team does hold a team to a fourth down,
I don't even get excited anymore.
Yeah, it's the first thing that I look for. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the first thing I look for is I look right at the bottom, and I'm like, wait, where's the flag? Where's the flag? Oh, no flag. Okay. The fact that you have to say on a normal football play, all right, no flags. Heck yeah, that's sad. You're right.
Yeah. I think it's also emphasizing, too, the fact of why so many coaches now say, like, 4th and 3 are going for it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not? Like, if you're in a favorable area to a point, I would almost say anywhere between the 40s, why would you not go for a 4th and short?
Why are you not throwing it deep once every 3 plays?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you not? Like,
because
you're going to get a call.
With the interference,
You're going to get a call.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It's frustrating as hell. But, like, the hip drop thing pisses me off. And, again, I go back to, like, tush push, whatever. Like, you want to call it, you want to call it what it is. It's a great play. If you can get guys that can push a pile like that, awesome. But if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna try to ban a hip drop tackle, oh man, I can't say it. Hip drop tackle.
Tackle it is, boys.
Right. But if you're gonna sit there and say that that's your first priority, and the other thing is not, because guess what? Guess what else is also happening too on those push plays is guys are going in there diving at people, getting concussions, everything else that's going on. Is no, it's all right. Why? Because it benefits the offense.
Yeah.
And the other thing does not, and it's creating big injuries for big guys, big names. It goes back to the same thing with the horse collar tackle. You know, when T.O. got taken down, right, and all of a sudden they're like, well, man, he broke his leg, right? Guess what? Big rule change. And now all of a sudden you're seeing all these different, Mark Andrews and this name. Now you're like, well, we got to ban this tackle kind of, now too. What the hell do you want these guys to do?
Ty, you want to know what's crazy? Is this hip drop tackle with CKLE?
Yeah.
It is literally what, as you and I being high school coaches, it is hawk tackling. It is what they want to teach.
Right.
So now you're gonna sit there and ban it at the professional level. Now what you're doing is taking at the younger levels and disrupting what we are told to teach them, because that is the technique: grab jersey, drop, pull down. That's all. Yep. Yeah. So it's
rugby style tackling.
It will have some serious repercussions, but I do want to, because I feel like we have hit home this. I feel like this was just a validation, the fact that Tom Brady talked about what we've been talking about for episodes. Yeah. But I do want to. Thanks for listening, Tom. Love you. Except your tuck rule. But I do want to address this about this mediocre football, because I will also say, guys, if you can back it up with stats and evidence, maybe he's onto something. Your favorite for the NFL MVP right now, their 2023 regular season statistics: 15 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions, a QBR of 64.4. Okay, now let me, before you guys jump all up in on this, okay, if you really are thinking those are MVP type numbers, to show you the change in the state of playing right now, there was a quarterback who had thrown 46 touchdowns in a season and didn't win the MVP. And we're talking about a guy who is a 15-9 ratio on touchdowns to interceptions as an MVP. Are you freaking kidding me?
You talking about Mahomes?
No, it's Jalen.
No.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is the betting odds favorite for MVP right now. Why? Because your team has the best record? I'm sorry, but this just, don't get me wrong, wins and losses are the most important statistic in the game, but let's just change the award, because you're just giving it to the quarterback of the most winning team, when even though maybe he's not the reason they're winning. But Drew Brees threw 46 touchdown passes in a season and didn't win the NFL MVP. And now you got a guy that's thrown for 15 through how many games now? What are we at, guys? Through 11 weeks, 12 weeks? And that's where I'm saying, like, quality of play. You're maybe with the statistics, maybe that's where Tom's at right now.
I'd like to piggyback off of your statistics there.
Okay.
And kind of stick on that Jalen Hurts trend. So you said he's got 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
64.4 QBR.
He's got 2,497 total yards. And he's an MVP.
Hold on.
And
Passing
yards.
Well, hold on. What did you say? What was his rating, Trent? 15 to what?
His ratio is 15-9.
Just hear me out. So he's got 2,497 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He's the odds-on betting favorite for the NFL MVP. I'm going to list stats for another quarterback here.
Okay.
2,331 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Jordan Love.
He is, yes, exactly. And they're asking if he's the guy. Is he even the guy?
Uh-huh.
Well, guess what? He's got the same stats as the MVP favorite. So, I'm sorry that they're not winning games, but that's ridiculous.
Trey, I applaud you for that right there. That was good. That was a good point.
Yeah. They're
serious. I'm being serious.
If he's the quarterback for the Packers, he has just the same exact stats.
Yeah, well, don't take it too far.
Exactly.
But
what about this one? 2,662 yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and your quarterback rating of 115.1. And you've had two perfect quarterback ratings last 2 games.
Yeah, list all the other superstars he has playing around him.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. To be a good quarterback, you need superstars. You sound just like Shannon Sharp. It's the stupidest. It's the stupidest argument. You can't say, "Well, you use superstars."
Trey,
to be a good quarterback, you need stars.
Look at the Eagles. Look at the Eagles, Trey.
I'm agreeing. It's just,
I mean, DeAndre Swift's no McCaffrey, but in terms of wide receiver talent, damn, and defense.
I don't like.
Those are both super teams in my opinion.
Like Tyler and you defending super teams all of a sudden. That's all.
Oh, I'm not defending super teams.
Because on a whole different note, and we could spend a whole episode on it. That is why you guys spew so much hate towards LeBron James.
Oh, but guess what? There's a quote unquote salary cap in the NFL. There's not in the NBA.
It doesn't matter.
NBA's
okay.
Football's a different
sport. It's neither here nor there, Tyler.
It is here and there.
All I'm saying is now
they can only get who they can get.
You're a believer. I'm just saying that you're a believer now and that you need superstars to win. But when it's LeBron James, he's a cop out. You didn't say that.
So what? So because they've had great drafts, Because let's think. We brought in McCaffrey.
Did they draft McCaffrey?
We brought McCaffrey in.
Chase Young. You guys
and Chase
draft
Young.
him too?
Okay. So, but we drafted Bosa. We drafted Fred Warner. We have drafted Brock Purdy. We have drafted George Kittle. We've drafted Brandon Ayuk. We've drafted Deebo Samuel. Like,
was Armstead drafted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you like?
Genuine question.
And Javon Kinlaw, and Dre Greenlaw, and Hafunga. Like, we've drafted these guys.
Those guys aren't superstars. Those are just good defensive players. What I'm saying is, when you have the best running back,
Fred Warner could be the defensive player of the year.
No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't.
He could, and he should be.
Not in there. He wouldn't even be in the conversation, actually.
No.
Tyler, I would give you McCaffrey should be considered for MVP this year. I'll give you that much.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm also pissed. It also pisses me off, and again, bias aside, it also pisses me off that you guys are listing all these stats and stuff, and Brock Purdy is like number 6 or 7, when he has better stats and better games. And guess who has one of the highest ratings of passing downfield, Trey? Because I know that's your next argument. One of the highest passing ratings downfield, all right, of almost 20 or more yards is Brock Purdy this year.
Yeah, and how many yards of separation do his receivers have on those passes downfield?
Really, that's your next tiny little critique of an argument?
He's not making fantastic throws, Tyler. He's got a noodle arm. These receivers are open. They're timing plays.
Oh my god!
He throws.
That's what the game is.
Okay,
that's what the game
Tyler,
is.
What I'm saying is anyone can go out there and do that. You put any average quarterback on that team, and he's going to be good.
So
look at Jimmy Garoppolo.
And why didn't we win a Super Bowl with him?
If Jordan Love...
You got there plenty of times, you just didn't do it.
So if Jordan Love was there, he'd be having a better year.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
way, man.
I agree. I'm just... All right, let's not get too bogged down in your guys' NFC hate here. So I'm gonna take us on to the next little thing. I have a couple other quick headlines. I don't know if you guys have headlines, but I'm just gonna point this out. We were all on board with this. We've been texting about this, but the Chargers franchise is wasting yet another potential Hall of Fame caliber quarterback's career.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Staley's got to go.
100%. And how the hell is he still? How is he still the head coach, guys?
Yeah,
especially after his press conference.
Yeah, he lost it. He looked scared. He looked like everything about him.
I think McAfee show today kind of talked about it a little bit, and they said that if you want to sit there and try to make yourself look good, your response can't go after journalists who are just asking questions. He said that what you need to do is explain to them we're trying the best that we are. You know, we're trying with what we have. And you have to kind of almost, not attack out, but almost stick within. You know what I mean?
So
and I thought it was a good point. If you're him right now, right, the head coach, you can't go out there and just and go after him because people are after you right now.
Well, I think he was in complete survival mode.
Rightfully so.
Complete survival mode.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is
he looked rattled. He was rattled,
and you can't show it though as an NFL coach.
You can't show it.
You can't show it. Your response needs to be, we are putting our guys in the best position that they can to win games.
Yep.
It's not working. We're going to continue to work on this, that, and the other thing. It can't be, stop asking me these questions. It can't be that because that shows. You're right. It shows fear.
So I'm obviously on board that he should have been gone 2 weeks ago. The fact that Matt Canada got fired before him is, I think, pretty crazy.
I don't like how crazy that is. I feel like Matt Canada should be gone.
I want to talk about that too.
To me, what my belief is why he's not gone. I think it has something to do with Justin Herbert. Maybe he's going to bat for him behind the scenes, and they have a good rapport, and he likes Staley, but it's not working. And Trent, you said ruining a potential Hall of Famer's career. He's only in his 5th season.
Wasting.
He's a very good young quarterback. I think he can absolutely still make a Hall of Fame career out of it as long as they
boatload of money right now.
Yes, and rightfully so as well. I think he's a guy you got to keep in your franchise. He has the talent. But he's an NFL ready quarterback. He's just not doing it right now, and there's a reason why.
He also has a bum ass finger too.
So, but Trey, what you're saying right now, if we would have had a podcast when Phillip Rivers was 5 years into his career, we would have been saying the same damn thing. Is once again, the Chargers are always in games. They always have talent. They always have the potential to make the first round of the playoffs, but they never do anything. So you got to look at the organization from within. Maybe it's not just the head coach. Maybe it's the people even higher than the head coach right now that maybe they need some change there, period, in saying, damn, like, we wasted Phillip Rivers should have a Super Bowl ring on his finger. He knocked off the big dogs of the AFC a lot of the times in the playoffs.
Okay.
Peyton Manning, he knocked out. Tom Brady, I can't say confidently if he beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. But, I mean, Phillip Rivers
But how high does it go, though? Because what about your GM? Your GM has brought in talent.
Okay, but you're not winning with it. So
but it's not your GM's fault.
Okay, so then it's coach again. But what I'm saying is, like, you had Phillip Rivers, who is a quarterback who he should have a Super Bowl. He played in the playoffs with a torn ACL. Like, you're wasting, once again, I didn't say ruining, but you're wasting a potential Hall of Fame quarterback talent in the same organization. So maybe it's showing us why, when Eli Manning said, I refuse to go there, and then he went to the Giants and won 2 Super Bowls, and I would not say that Eli Manning had the arm talent as Phillip Rivers did. And I would not say Eli Manning had the arm talent that Justin Herbert did. But Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
I would like to revisit that in a second, though.
So I'm just going to say that.
But fun fact about
arm talent?
Rivers,
no way.
Fun fact about Phillip Rivers, it was in the 2000s. I forget what year it was, is when they still had LT. The Chargers had the number 1 offense statistically and the number 1 defense statistically in the league, and they didn't make the playoffs.
Wasted.
That's crazy.
Wasted.
And also don't forget the fact that they also had Drew Brees.
Trent,
people forget that Drew Brees was a Charger.
It's currently the Chargers with Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert. Yes, they're working their way to playing into that same exact storyline. The difference is Justin Herbert's expectations have been 2 going on 3 years right now. Phillip Rivers lasted for 12 plus years there. So that's the difference.
With 12
Justin Herbert has the chance to turn his career and his prospective career around. Phillip Rivers is done. That story is crazy and that's wild, but it's not quite there yet.
Bring in Eric Bieniemy now.
Ooh.
Yeah, wow, that's a great idea.
Because here, real quick to talk about that storyline.
Do it now.
Is the conversation is that supposedly the Commanders are like done with everything that has to do with this coaching staff.
Rivera.
And with Rivera, but also I've also heard that Bieniemy is not like favorable. To a point where he is what it is, So yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, because we had talked about earlier, like, oh, is Eric Bieniemy, is he the next guy? But like I heard that, he is like they're just done. Period.
Cleaning house.
Yeah.
Well then let's get Bieniemy into the Chargers. Get Bieniemy there.
Yeah.
If you're really not gonna,
or you bring in freaking what's his face from the Patriots.
Who? Bill
Belichick. I've heard that's the name.
Wow.
No, I don't.
Or a trade to the Commanders.
I'll be honest with you, Trey. I don't want to keep on this Chargers topic, but to be quite honest with you, if the Patriots are willing to move on, Could you imagine a Bill Belichick staff with a franchise quarterback and talent offensively and defensively like the Chargers do? Chargers have a roster to win a Super Bowl.
More so than the Commanders.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah.
They have a roster to win a Super Bowl. So that is spicy. Jeez. And you know what? That sucks. I think absolutely sucks because I'm a Raiders fan, and if that freaking happens, that sucks. But
I don't think it'll happen.
All right. So let's keep going. Next headline. What do we got?
Mine is, are the Bills back? So they fire their, hold on, hear me out. They fire their offensive coordinator, right? And I think it had to happen. I hated the way it happened because it kind of was like a cop-out by, McDermott that we, talked about last week. But, everyone's kind of saying it. I heard Kurt Warner echo exactly what Aaron Rodgers said on the NFL Network with his Pat McAfee interview. But the Bills went back to just designed plays, right? I think a lot of their offense was kind of freestyle, hey, there's a simple play. Josh, if you need to run around and scramble and make a big play, then go for it. And I think that's what was kind of leading to their non-success on offense. Aaron Rodgers said it perfectly. It's making on-schedule throws. So you know the play, you three-set draw. Kind of what Brock Purdy does. It's what Brock Purdy has made a career out of so far. It's just knowing the play, knowing where receivers should be, and throwing it there, and just not improvising. Don't improvise at all, because that's when you don't succeed.
That's a horrible analysis and a horrible comparison.
It's not. It's not because that's what they did last week. That's what they did last week.
Then watch his eyes.
Worked.
Watch his eyes and watch him read. But
okay. Either way, it wasn't about
the Bill. I know, but the Bills beat a shitty ass Jets.
Yeah,
not the Bills' defense. Their defense is not shitty.
And you know what? And you know what you're getting into right now is the Jets' defense is well, screw it. Our offense isn't going to do shit. So how much do we really want to put in effort-wise? I think that's what you're getting into. And I think that was also talked about today on McAfee.
The Bills looked like the old Bills last week.
Against the Jets. Against the Jets.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
Who can score 6 points the last 2 games.
We'll see what happens this week.
We will see what happens this game because honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong. I was the guy that hey, I need the Jets to actually win 10 games to win a bet against Trent. So I'm not sitting here and saying, but
that was pre-Rodgers injury, which
the Jets. I know it was. Thank you, Trey. So I should probably get a
Jets win 10 games if they have Joe Flacco at quarterback.
Jeez, no way.
Much better than Zach Wilson.
But we got the Bills and Eagles this week, right?
Yes.
So I'll be interested. Yeah. You're right. I mean, if the Bills can show something against the Eagles, which I think the Eagles,
they beat them.
Eagles will beat them. But you know what they're going to do? Eagles will keep them in the game until the fourth quarter.
Throwing them up picks, boys. So
Trey, hold on. You say Bills win?
Me too, Trent. Bills plus 3.5 is one of my picks this week.
Me too. Great minds.
Wait, Bills plus 3.5?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, real quick. I think all the pressure in the world is on Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Because if that offense isn't better, you know what? I'm so sick. I'm so sick. I love that X went to where you have the timeline of the people that you follow or the timeline of the people for you based on what you're interested in. But my God, X must have me wrong because the amount of Steelers tweets of, oh, Matt Canada's gone. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Matt Canada didn't deserve to be fired. But I'm not sold on Pickett yet in the NFL.
No, I'm not either.
I
was a Pickett fan in college.
So now here's the thing: is the next line is okay. If you're saying Canada was a problem, if nothing improves drastically, then Pickett's the problem. Simple as that.
Yep.
So I'll be interested to see what happens with that. Moving forward, should we get into our NFL picks, boys? Or
real quick.
What do we think?
Do they bring Big Ben in for offensive coordinator?
No. Everyone's saying Byron Leftwich.
Oh gosh, man. All right.
Yeah. Byron Leftwich.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go picks. Let's do it.
All right, you want me to go through my best bets and my B teaser?
Yeah, I got 3 best bets and a B teaser. Can I clarify? My B teaser is strictly for Thanksgiving Day.
Okay, mine is a mixture.
Yeah, so I didn't do a Sunday B tease. I just did a Thursday.
All right, well, I'll go through my best bets, individual bets, and then I'll list my teaser.
Okay.
So, Trent, the first one that we kind of talked about already, I'm going Buffalo plus 3.5 against the Eagles.
Love it.
Second bet is the Saints money line minus 105 against the Falcons.
Jameis at the QB?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think they're going to use a lot of Taysom Hill, too. Next best bet is Carolina plus
quarterback fantasy.
But God, don't Carolina plus 3.5 at Tennessee minus 110. And then my last bet is Miami.
Trey, you can get Carolina plus 4.
Even better. The last one is Miami minus 9.5. I think they play
Jets.
That's right.
Black Friday, boys.
Yep. B teaser. It is plus 330 odds. It's a 5-leg teaser, 7 points. So I got the Seahawks plus 14. I got the Steelers plus 5.5. I have the Giants plus 10.5. I have under 55.5, Jacksonville, Houston. And then under 43.5, Browns, Broncos.
Takamatsu plus what?
330.
It's not bad.
You like it?
Not bad.
I like it.
Not bad for a 5 teaser.
Yep.
Yeah, that is good. Those are good odds. A 5 what, Trey?
I was going to say a 5-fister.
Oh, boy.
5-fister teaser.
There he is. All right. Ty, you want to go?
Yeah, I got a couple picks here. Looking at some lines. It is a tough week, to be honest with you. I do like Lions minus 7.5. What?
Nothing.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm good. I actually like not great odds, but I actually like Titans money line. I like the Texans plus 1.5. I actually think they beat the Jags.
I've seen them plus 2 somewhere, Tyler.
Plus 2, really?
On ESPN Bet, yeah.
Okay. And then I also actually like the Colts minus 2.5 against the Buccaneers. So I don't know. I've been weirdly on the Colts bandwagon all year.
Yeah, you have been. I noticed that.
And I don't know. I mean, Bucs are struggling. Colts are at home. Colts had a bye week. I think if you can get them under a field goal like that, I think you're pretty good. So that's where I'm at.
All right. I like it. So the only thing that makes me nervous, Ty, is that Lions pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the last 12 times on Thanksgiving that the moon is in a waxing gibbous, the Lions have lost.
Like, yep. What a wild analysis.
Who the hell studies that? But, boys, this ain't your Lions of the past. This ain't. So I'm all on the Lions tomorrow, covering that spread.
Good. Glad you are.
Matter of fact, Amon-Ra St. Brown, anytime touchdown, take it, book it, you got it.
Dude, I missed. Hold on, real quick. I missed an anytime touchdown parlay last week. 4 guys. I missed it because Eckler didn't score. Eckler's like a touchdown machine.
Oh, and he fumbled inside the 2.
Yes, I know.
Brutal.
He was my only miss.
Oh, I feel bad.
Brutal. There's a good boost for yes, he did. Fucking freaking Chargers. But anyway, I'm all aboard. Ravens -3.5 at the Chargers. I'm all aboard the Niners -7 at the Seahawks. I actually think Niners win by 17 or more. I'm all about the Bills +3.5 at the Eagles.
I'm surprised you guys are that far on the Bills.
I am. I got a little faith there. I just have a little faith there. So here is my my teaser here, and I am strictly a 3-course meal teaser for Thanksgiving Thursday right now. I have not set my weekend teaser for Sunday and for Friday and Sunday and Monday. So I'm doing a strictly Thanksgiving teaser, not great juice, +150 for 3 legs because there's only 3 games. But I'm combining a little bit of a spread and an over-under, both over. So I'm doing 6 points. Might be, now I think of it, might be 6.5. I believe 6 points. But 3 legs, I got the Detroit Lions -2. I've got the Commanders and Cowboys over 43 now. And I have Niners Seahawks over 38.
Yeah, that's good.
So, and that's for +150. So, little Thanksgiving sprinkle, make a, build a little bank there for the Thanksgiving holiday. But
I'm just thankful that every single bet you guys have made has been against the Packers so far.
Well, Trey, here's the thing. Trey. Favorites on Thanksgiving. The favorites on Thanksgiving are 46-8 straight up and 36-18 against the spread. So be aware, everybody out there. The favorites do they look good on Thanksgiving Day. So that's where I'm at with that. And this is actually, I believe, what is it? The Lions have not been a favorite on Thanksgiving Thursday since 2016. So here we go.
Well, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready for some NCAA football, which, guys, do you realize how sad it is? Like, we're down to the last regular season week.
Dude, when I saw the analysis today about how many weeks are left in college football, I was devastated.
What is it, 2 or 3?
Dude, it went so freaking fast. Yes, it's awful. But I'll tell you what. Playoff picture came out recently, and it's getting juicy because they talked about the differences with. I'm starting to learn a little bit about more the criteria of stuff. And I know we talked about it a little bit, is that you need to take into consideration player injuries and team schedules. I'm learning a little bit more too, because this is the first time I think that I've ever heard player injuries mentioned in this playoff picture. And by no one's fault, but that's interesting to me, is the fact that you're starting to take into account, guess what? Florida State lost their quarterback.
Yep.
Period.
Travis.
Lost their quarterback. He's done. And all of a sudden now, going back to my argument the last couple of weeks, is why is Washington not number 4 at least? Undefeated. You think that Florida State's better than them? And all of a sudden now, you lost their quarterback. And now I'm well, holy hell. Guess what? Washington's 4 this week. So it's very interesting to see how, these tiny, I don't want to say tiny, but these things have such an impact. And I'll tell you what, and I would love if we can somehow get some of these major networks to like go back and listen to our conversations, we had the entire conversation 2 weeks ago about the SEC not making the playoff. What the hell happens if Alabama beats Georgia? What the hell happens if Florida State loses? What the hell happens if Oregon can somehow beat Washington in a playoff? Like if Michigan and Ohio State, all of a sudden, like it's like we had these conversations. And watching college football analysis the last 2 weeks on TV, holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's all they're talking about. And it cracks me up because the conversation today on the one show was, can an SEC team not make the college football playoff? And Paul Finnenbaum was like covering his ears like, holy shit, I don't want to hear that. Like,
he had some big covers.
What?
Yeah. He's covering his ears. Those are some big ass covers, man.
Yeah. But it was an interesting question because and then then they started to look at it and it's like, I'll be honest, there's no way an SEC team does not make it. You know what I mean? I think it's
no, there's not anymore.
No, I think it's damn near impossible. And here's what the analysis I had listened to earlier talk about was best case scenario for Texas is that they play Oklahoma and beat Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship.
Well, yeah.
That's their best case scenario.
Oh, no, I don't agree with that.
What's their best case scenario?
Come on, man.
So,
I'm telling you right now.
I'll tell you what would happen. The best case scenario is that Texas wins out, Oregon loses to Oregon State this week.
Yes.
So.
And then Oregon beats Washington in the Pac-12 championship because Texas would jump Washington, I think.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be absurd. If you put Texas ahead of... No. Dude, if you look at strength of schedule and who Washington has beat all season long and who Texas has beat all season long, no chance in hell. Will they do it? Yes, they will.
So, Tyler, then if you're talking strength of schedule for the Pac-10, Pac-12, if you compare Oregon, who right now is ranked ahead of Texas in the playoff rankings, it's a joke then. Over Texas, Oregon has a 63rd strength of schedule rank, where Texas has the 9th strength of schedule rank.
Are you asking me, do I think Texas should be ahead of Oregon?
No, do
you think that?
Yeah, who Texas lose to?
I do.
Texas lost to Oklahoma, ranked Oklahoma.
So my answer is yes. Texas should be ahead of Oregon. Oregon should not be up there.
Agreed.
It should be Texas at 6.
Texas should be at 6. You're right.
Agreed.
Because honestly, right now, Oregon's 2 key wins are USC and Utah. And
which
whereas
is bullshit now at this point.
Texas has a ranked win over Kansas State and 19th Kansas State. And number 8 Alabama at Alabama.
Yeah.
Which is showing. So here's the difference. In my opinion.
But they've also played Tennessee. Who's ranked? Alabama.
Who?
Alabama.
No, but I'm talking Texas beat Alabama.
I'm sorry.
So that's why I'm saying right now. I think Texas needs to be right now. It needs to be the 4 teams that are in there. 4 teams that are in there. And then, to be quite honest with you, you got to consider. I think if this is like a lot of what ifs. I'm sorry, but.
Okay.
Well, trying to explain this here, I think the playoff has to be. You're gonna get Michigan in because Michigan's gonna beat Ohio State. Okay.
Call a century right there.
I do. I think Michigan's beating Ohio State. Is
Ryan Day going to be the Texas A&M coach?
That's fake news.
Yeah, we'll
although if he gets beat bad by a Michigan team without Harbaugh, then yeah, he might leave. He might have to leave. But no, I mean, heck, guys, you got to feed into that crap. is you got to figure how many years in a row where they call him for Harbaugh's head for losing to Michigan or for losing to Ohio State. So they're going to do that every single time. They're going to jump the gun. But what I'm going to sit there and say is I think Ohio State drops out. Okay, so let's right away
drop them out.
Yeah, if they lose to Michigan, they're out.
Wow.
I do. I believe so. And then I think Texas jumps in. Okay. I think Georgia loses to Bama in the SEC championship. Georgia loses to Bama in the SEC championship, which now brings who in? I think Michigan's in. Texas is in.
Washington or Oregon.
Washington stays in. They have to.
And then Bama or Georgia.
And then I think it comes down to Bama or Georgia. And in my opinion, if you lose to a Texas at home, you at least attempted to play a top 10 team early out of conference in the season. I think Bama wins the conference championship, and that weight takes them into the playoff. So I think we're left with Bama, Washington, Michigan, and who was my other one? Bama, Washington, Michigan, and
Texas.
Texas. Yeah, in Texas.
So you think it's a cluster? Like that is like the worst case scenario.
I think but me personally, I think it's best case scenario.
Do you want to know
what I think?
Unless you know what'd be even crazier is Michigan beats Ohio State this week and then loses to Iowa.
Which could happen.
No, could you imagine? And then you're going to get Bama, Georgia, Washington, and Texas.
So,
go ahead, Trey.
If the only way Bama gets in, so if Bama and Texas win out, the only way Bama gets in is if Texas is in as well.
I don't know how Texas gets in.
How, Tyler?
But Trey, you're saying if Texas wins out.
Yes, if Texas and Bama both win out, they either both make it or Texas gets in over Bama, in my opinion.
Trey, I would like to think that
from a head-to-head
Texas would
standpoint,
deserve it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's the only standpoint.
What's more important, when you're winning your conference, or?
Well, they would both have won their conference.
Yeah, you're right, Trey. You're right.
So hold on. So let's say Texas wins Big 10, Big 12. Bama wins SEC. What the hell happens?
This is what's going to happen.
Hold on. Wait, and let me take it a step further. Washington wins the Pac-12.
Those three get in?
That's okay.
That's what I just said.
Does Washington then go to 1 or 2?
No, Michigan stays 1.
So Michigan wins out. You're saying Michigan's 1.
Michigan
2.
1. Yep.
And then you go
Texas 3, and Bama 4.
Georgia's not in.
That's what we just said. If Texas wins the Big 12,
there is no way in hell that they keep Georgia from playing.
Really?
I don't see how they keep Georgia out of the playoff.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they don't have to worry about that. It's because I think Georgia's going to win the SEC championship.
I agree with you, Trey.
So here's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the. And that's how Texas gets left out. That's how Texas gets left out, is if Georgia beats Alabama in SEC championship. So I think it's going to be, honestly, I think Trent's right. I think Ohio State does lose to Michigan, but I think Michigan will be the one. Then I think it's. I think it'll be Georgia 1, Michigan 2. Then I think Oregon will be 3, and Ohio State will be 4.
Because you're saying Oregon has to beat Washington then?
Yeah, I think they will.
So you think?
Wow.
But hold on a second. So Washington's only loss is to Oregon in the Pac-12 championship.
Yes.
But you think that demotes Washington from them beating them earlier in the season?
Yes, because they are 1-1 split, and Oregon is the Pac-12 champion.
No.
Wow.
I know. I think that's bullshit.
How does that not add up?
Because Washington's beat much more teams, much better teams.
They beat the same freaking teams, Tyler, in the same conference.
It is true, Ty. That's the frustrating part of college football in the sense of it sometimes is when you beat the team.
I mean, you also have to understand that we will beer bet the shit out of a Washington-Oregon Pac-12 championship.
Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're gonna pull with the Penix? You're gonna yank on Penix?
Totally.
No
way.
No, Trey, he's riding the Penix.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going down with the ship, man.
He's riding it.
I have been Washington through and through the entire season. I am not going down.
Tyler,
I'm
with you.
I'm going
with
Big
you
Dick
this time around.
Oh, Jesus.
It's
not even a name, Trey.
Jesus.
Jeez, that's not even a name.
Big Dick Bonix.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's who he's gonna. I'm telling you right now.
You know who's gonna use that next week?
He's gonna win the Heisman.
You know who's gonna use that next week? You know who's gonna use that next week?
Probably College Game Day and everyone.
Yeah. What's his name?
Tom Brady.
No.
Tom Brady.
What's his name? No, what's his face?
Tom.
From Game Day.
Oh, Howard.
Yeah.
Desmond Howard.
Desmond.
Yeah.
Desmond's gonna be like, oh yeah, I didn't hear this anywhere. I'm gonna use the same thing since he used the same damn term that we've been using. Dude, we were so first on that on right. Big Penix Energy.
Can we just say before we move on though, one thing that we are leaving completely out is the potential for an undefeated Florida State team. So we're literally saying so are we still saying the same thing if Florida State wins it all the way out?
They're not in it.
No matter what.
I don't think they can.
So real quick, one loss Texas gets in. One loss Bama gets in.
I don't think either of these teams get in.
But I'm saying even if all the stuff happens, do those one-loss teams get in over an undefeated Florida State?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's fair. I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. That's nuts, man. That would suck as a Florida State fan.
Yeah, but it would suck to have Florida State in the playoff without George.
It would. It'd be like the way that they complain about putting Washington in those years and TCU in the national. But TCU beat Michigan. Like, that's the thing.
Well, and they're a blue blood.
Yeah. Speaking of that, real quick, I just want to add this out there. With Michigan celebrating 1,000 wins this past weekend, I don't know if any of you guys followed about like how much bullcrap that is.
Why?
Because what they count as wins in their program history, a lot of these blue bloods have played teams that like are clubs and athletic clubs and academy. Like, Trey, I'm just giving you a prime example, and this is no knock on any of these teams, okay? But Penn State Nittany Lions have recorded wins against Lebanon Valley College, Ursinus, and Mansfield College.
It's Ursinus, Trent.
What is it? Ursinus?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So
Trent's just a Penn State hater.
No, but okay, hold on. I could go elsewhere. I mean, I got some obscure games of like, let's just play like Ohio State. They beat the Dayton YMCA. They have that as a recorded win. Okay, you've got. I mean, you actually have Notre Dame that counts wins when back in the day they played against high schools and a cycling club school. So like it's a really cool graphic that I found that but I actually thought the coolest thing was that Lebanon Valley College actually played Penn State at one point.
So
yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Shout out Z Bly. Shout out.
But hey, dude, a win's a win, man. No matter what time period, though.
No, I'm just saying, but like, so it's like when people were kind of up in arms about Michigan celebrating their 1,000 wins. So that's the only reason I was pointing that out. But hey, let's go picks, boys. Let's go picks for college football. My favorite thing to bet on. Although I will say this, we are getting pretty spicy at our old good habit of college basketball right now. But,
yep.
But let's go college football picks. I got 4. I'm going to start us off. I'm going to rattle them off quick. Okay. I got Michigan minus 3.5 at home versus Ohio State. I also love the Michigan money line. You're getting it for close to anywhere from like minus 155 to 166. I'd take that. I know it's not great juice for some, but it's good enough juice for me. I think I was spot on with my UNC prediction in the ACC. They're falling off the map. Yep. I got NC State at home plus 2.5 versus UNC. I've got the Iron Bowl in my picks this week. I'm going Bama minus 14.5 at Auburn. I think they pound them by 30. And then I also have a Louisville out-of-conference rivalry game versus Kentucky. So Louisville minus 7.5, boys.
I like it, Trent.
Yep, like it too.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like the board this week in college football.
It's tough.
I love it. I love it every week. I find a way to love it.
The only game
you can find something to love, though.
The only game I really liked and I thought it was kind of fishy is Iowa plus 2.5 at Nebraska.
Ooh. Can we talk about that, Trey? They set a record again.
Yeah, I know.
The over-under is at 26.
Trey, what are you taking? Plus 2.5?
Yeah, and
I like that too.
I don't know. I like it too much where it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Dude, here, one of my picks.
Trey, I love it.
I'm going to tell you a little bit. Mm-hmm. I actually like the under 26.
That's not a bad bet at all.
Yes.
Really?
The under 20. Trey, I think that game might end 13-7.
Oh my gosh!
If that.
He's right.
It might be 10-3.
No,
I like that's actually one of my picks this week. It is under 26.
Yeah, it's not a bad bet.
So can I ask you guys, like, did you guys see what? Oh no, is he all right?
I don't know. I lost him.
No, I'm just laughing at the fact it's like 26 points.
Yeah, that is absurd.
It's kind of like a cartoon call.
I felt like a cartoon. For God's sake, I couldn't even catch my breath.
I can tell.
Ooh, man.
But like, I don't know. Like, I somewhat like watching that raw emotion from the head coach of Iowa and his son, who's the offensive coordinator. Like, they have won the West how many years that he's been the coordinator and the head coach. And I know that. And don't get me wrong.
That's the joke of
the
Big Ten.
It is an absolute joke. But I'm just saying, like they do enough to win. Like, why fire? Why force him to step down this year? I don't know.
He didn't fulfill his promise, man.
I know, but it's like, that's brutal, man. Like, how many other coordinators didn't fulfill that promise?
He's in breach of his contract.
Well, anyway, so is Deshaun Watson, but
let me finish my picks.
Yeah, go ahead.
But
Joe,
sorry. I love that. I love it. I love the
Iowa plus 2.5. Other bet that I like is Arizona minus 10 against Arizona State.
Yeah.
And I think that Trent's if statement about Florida State just gets put to kaput. And I think that Florida.
It's not a saying.
I think Florida wins outright, but I like them plus 7 as well.
Boom, Florida, dude. Florida plus 7 for sure.
Yep.
Florida beats Florida State this week.
At home.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Hands down.
That's
actually
guys.
I've said that for the last 3 days here.
Both teams' starting quarterbacks are out.
Dude, Florida wins.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Florida wins. Hands down.
Yep.
I disagree. Let's go money line bet there.
The only other thing
Moneyline beer bet is Moneyline beer bet.
Yeah. Both of you guys are on Florida winning.
Yep.
Beer bet me. I bet Florida State wins over Florida.
No, I want the points.
No, I don't want the points. You guys both said they're going to win. Back your crap up. Back your crap up, Trey. You both back your crap up right now. I will take Florida State money line. Let's go.
I said
back
I was taking the points.
No, back it up.
He did say he was taking the points.
You said no, but then he said that they're going to win. You both said they're going to win.
Them winning.
All right, let's split. You know what? Let's split it then. 3.5.
Nope. I want the money line.
No, how about this?
Bull crap.
How about this? How about this, Trent? Since we're giving you 2 beers if you win, and you're favored by 7 points. No, it's 2 beer. It's a 2-to-1 beer. So you owe us 2 if we win.
Okay.
How's that, Tyler?
Deal.
How's that fair at all?
So you buy a 4-pack for us if we win the money line bet.
So you buy each of us 2 beers.
2, yeah.
Hold on. That does not make any sense.
So if you win, you get 2 beers. If we win, we get 2 beers each.
No, then I should get 4 beers.
No,
my God, that's fine.
You are a 7.
I'm taking on more people.
That doesn't matter.
Just straight up, one bet
not
per
with
person.
The numbers. Then Trent, take 3.5 then.
Nope. You said money line. Let's go.
Back up your bet. You little
no, I didn't bet that. I'm disagreeing with your guys' talk.
All right. Well, my last bet before we find
Tyler, I'll do a beer bet straight up with you. You said Florida wins outright. Ty, I'll do a beer bet with you, bud.
All right, let's do it.
Money line. Just Trey's little baby.
I want to be in this.
All right. Okay, money line. There you go.
What I'm saying is, Tyler, you got to know how to. You can't just blurt out bets that don't help. You know what
Trey,
I mean?
I think that Florida wins. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I'm just saying we got 7 points that we could have used to our advantage, and
Trent
threw them out the window.
Trent wouldn't take 7 points.
I know, and then he's the tough guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't act. I know.
Last bet is under Colorado, Utah, 52.5.
All right.
Sanders out. I don't think Colorado does anything.
Why is Sanders out?
Is he out?
He's like day to day with something, but I don't think he'll play.
Yeah, I don't touch that shit anymore. Yeah. All right.
I got a couple. I'm taking Oregon minus 13.5.
Good bet.
I am taking Michigan money line.
Yep. Love it.
Not great odds, but I'm taking their money line.
Minus 160 something, Ty. That's good.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but I am taking. Hold on, I have 2 other ones. Dude, I've been on Coastal all year.
Yeah, but Jamie's gonna bounce back big.
No, I don't think they are. I think that.
Does that wrap you up then with your picks, Tyler?
Yep, we're all good with college football here. Let's jump into college basketball.
All right. I think it's gonna be fun to see though how this playoff does kind of pan out, the 14 playoff for the last year with all these conference championship games and stuff. But yeah, you're right. Let's hop into college basketball here, which is our favorite sport to bet on. Would you guys say?
Oh, absolutely.
At least for me, that's hands down my favorite sport to bet on.
Definitely. I mean, that's where we kind of hit our stride about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years
with
ago.
Our hot streak. So I agree. I think the thing I've been guilty of is staying up way too late over these past couple of nights with tip-offs of 11:30 p.m., 10:30 p.m. of this Maui Invitational that's freaking loaded with top-ranked teams. I mean, dude, the fact that you get to watch in November the number 7 team in the country in Tennessee play the number 2 team in the nation in Purdue in the semifinals, and then you get to watch the number 4 team in Marquette knock off the number 1 team in the nation, Kansas. And then the crazy thing is whoever wins those matchups gets to play each other, and then the losers play each other in a consolation game. So it's I mean, some of these teams, Tennessee has now played the number 2 and then the number 1 team back to back. Marquette has played the number 1 and now the number 2 team back to back. So it's so good for the game of college basketball to gauge interest. But you know what the beautiful thing, and here's the difference. As much as I love talking about college football, is even if these teams drop a game early in the season, guess what, guys? They got a chance to still win the national championship.
Exactly.
Unlike any other sport, unlike college football.
And for that reason, you do see these matchups, these high-ranked matchups early on.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, if you lose, hey, it's a learning experience, and you're not out of it. I mean, I just, like you said, I love watching. The Maui this year has been phenomenal in terms of quality games, opponents playing each other, high-ranked teams. And you're right, the fact that they're all day, even into the late night. Like right now, Gonzaga UCLA is playing, and it's still in the first half, and it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Fourth place game.
Right.
I'm watching. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's awesome. And I mean, I know we'll get into we'll highlight some teams you like here and stuff, but I was feeling a little frisky the other night, and I actually placed some future bets on some college basketball in terms of national champions. They're all $10 bets, but they all have some different odds. They're all pretty decent though. I went with 2 kind of big time favorites. Kansas, $10 to win 110. Duke, $10 to win 130. And then I would say 2 of my kind of obscure, I wouldn't call them long shots because they're still in the conversation. But I got Creighton, $10 to win $40, and then Miami, Florida, $10 to win 410. So, like I said, I was feeling a little frisky. I had the bankroll for it. Keeps the season long interest and something to look forward to towards the end of the season. But
so you got all futures on those.
Yes, yeah.
That's impressive.
To win the national championship.
All right. 4 chances, huh?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I mean, if my lowest odd team wins it, I'm profiting $90.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 30 or almost $80 or something.
Oh, that's impressive. That's better than I can do.
But no, like I said, let's highlight some of these. I mean, the big games are fun to watch and follow, but the real money is made in the smaller conferences. And
yeah,
absolutely, and that's where right now we're hitting a little hot streak, I would say, for ourselves in the month of November is where, heck, I think we went into a Sunday where none of us were picking football.
Yeah,
right.
And I sit there and I look
get
at
into the
right
point
now.
too where the NFL's tough because I feel like a lot of it can be dictated.
Like we talked about earlier, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that we get to see on Thanksgiving Day, not just the 3 NFL games, but I know I'll catch a little bit of heat if depending on where I'm at. Is I want to watch Nova UNC. Yeah. I want to watch Arizona Michigan State. I want to watch those games, and but I want to get back to those are big time games being played, but the small time games with. I mean, I told you last week I'm on UMass Lowell as one of my teams. Matter of fact, they snagged us a victory this week. But Purdue Fort Wayne, they just didn't cover tonight for the first time in a while for us by 1.5. They weren't a recipe pick, but they were plus 14.5. They lost by 16 tonight. But then they're a team to keep an eye on moving forward. And the other team that I'm going to keep an eye on, they got us a win today, which, to be quite honest with you, I was all over their money line. I think we could have took the full spread. They ended up winning by 20. But Princeton, watch for Princeton in the Ivy League. Yeah. They are hot. They can shoot the lights out of the three-pointer.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tyler. You want to highlight some of your teams you've been following?
No, some of the teams I've been highlighting is Oakland for sure. In basketball, both spread and money line. Tarleton State's been another team I've been really keeping an eye on. High Point and Cleveland State are really kind of my other 2 that I've been really watching a lot. There's some other ones, St. Bonaventure. I feel like they've been overcapped a little bit this year, so I'm kind of being cautious with them. But
right.
there's some teams. I've been watching that are, I'm starting to notice some are being overcapped. Some I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, still roll with it. So,
one of the teams I've been following that has recently been overcapped, like you've been talking about, Tyler, is Presbyterian.
Yeah.
They started out, they were on my radar even preseason, looking through that Blue Ribbon yearbook, which, shout out to the Blue Ribbon yearbook. It's the absolute best resource for college basketball, especially betting. But all of a sudden, they're favorites in games where I thought they'd be getting points.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, I want to stay loyal to them, but like it's not a smart bet. But now they lost a couple. Now they're starting to get back to how they should be handicapped. So I'll be keeping an eye on them. But another team that is actually finally ranked, took them long enough, but they're 5-0 against the spread, and they're the 25th ranked team now, but that's Mississippi State. They play in a tough SEC conference, and they are all seniors. They're all returning. They got a haul in the transfer portal, and one of the top 10, actually, I think, recruiting classes that came in. So perfect storm for them. They kind of flew under the radar, too. Like I said, they weren't ranked for a long time, but now they're finally getting some recognition.
Awesome. Rightfully
so. But last team, Trent, is you brought up Princeton in the Ivy League. A team that's going to go neck and neck with them is Cornell. So I think they're going to battle it out this year for that league, and I don't know, it'll be fun to follow along.
Watch out for Harvard in the Ivy League though too. They're picked, like, they're not picked top 3, but I think they knocked off UMass tonight.
Yeah.
So
I think the Ivy League's actually looking pretty tough this year, believe it or
not. I think the tough thing is when you get days of so many college basketball games, I think sometimes the books miss on some of these small conference lines.
Absolutely.
Don't say it too loud. Don't say it too loud.
I'm sorry. Well, but I'll give you a prime example today. Is like, granted, I was on Princeton money line straight up minus 154, but it's like you could get them for minus 2.5 versus Old Dominion today. They end up,
went up by 20.
Yeah, they were up by 15 or more for almost the whole second half. Yeah. So it's like,
actually, all three of our picks today were pretty comfy covers. If I can say.
And I don't want to get too far ahead of us because the law of averages, right, Trey? But
absolutely.
But to be honest with you, like, we are at this point, we're hitting. And you know what is the thing is, you don't get too comfortable because we do put time and analysis into our picks. But small games are where they're at. But you can't be afraid of the big games too, because sometimes they definitely have the big games way overcapped, in my opinion.
Yeah. And to add on to the small games, kind of was where you're making the money, taking advantage of like bad lines, especially on days like Sundays and Saturdays right now. Because what are bookmakers, odds makers, what are their focuses on? Football. You know what I mean? Like NBA, like games like that, because that's probably where most of the handles are being placed, like most of the money's being placed. So, on a Sunday, we bet all college basketball a recent Sunday, like Tyler said, and I think we did pretty successful because they were just lines that made no sense, because I honestly think they get overlooked.
Absolutely. But, all right, boys. Well, I'll tell you what. That's a lot of sports in one session. I'm pretty full. Not as full as I'm going to feel tomorrow at this time.
Very good point.
I'll tell you that much.
Yep, very good point.
I'll tell you what. I can't wait to take that tryptophan nap. Second half of the Cowboys game.
As long as you're awake for that Niners-Seahawks game, baby. 8:20.
That's right.
Let's get it, Brock Purdy.
Bright and early, the Packers, who are in the hunt, as they say, are going to ruin your guys' bets first thing in the morning, so I can't wait.
We'll see if they're still in the hunt after that game.
Well, we will.
Yes, we will. Trent, Trey, it's been a pleasure.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Have a great day.
Take it easy.